श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री परम गुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीमद् आनंद तीर्थ भगवत पादाचार्य गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम श्री राघवेंद्र तीर्थ गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम. After paying obeisance at the feet of Sri Subhadendra Tirtha, the present pontiff of Sri Raghavendra Swami Math, we continue this lecture series on Bhagavad Gita. I have been advised that the meanings of the different slokas should be explained so that we learn Bhagavad Gita and not just listen to a broad lecture on the contents of Bhagavad Gita. With that end in view, I am proposing to take up the different slokas and follow strictly Sri Gita Vivritti, Gitartha Sangraha of Sri Raghavendra Swamigalu, so that we benefit from the Gitartha Sangraha and also get the punya of reading the Gitartha Sangraha of Sri Rayaru. We are on the 15th sloka here. Yam hina vethayanti ete purusham purusharshapha samadukha sukham dhiram so amritatvaya kalpate. I will again read. You can read with me or after me. Yam hina vethayanti ete purusham purusharshapha samadukha sukham dhiram so amritatvaya kalpate. Padacheda is yam hi na vethayanti ete purusham purusharshapha samadukha sukham dhiram saha amritatvaya kalpate. Krishna addresses Arjuna as Purusharshapha. Hey Purusharshapha, yam purusham ete na vethayantihi. That is the anvaya. Tam samadukha sukham dhiram saha amritatvaya kalpate. Yam samadukha sukham dhiram purusham ete na vethayantihi saha amritatvaya kalpate. He Purusharshapha, the foremost among the Purushas. Rayaru gives a very beautiful etymological meaning of Purusha. Puram deham sarati gacchati srigatau pratyakshato janati. The one who understands that jiva moves from one body to the other. He knows that when death takes place, jiva moves from one body to another body, and when the birth takes place, it enters that new body after leaving the previous body. This is called as Sharira Darshana. Sharira Darshanavantam Charatehe Dapratyaha Shatvam. Rayaru gives the grammar rules also to see how we get Purusham. Puram deham sarati srijati sarati gacchati srigatau pratyakshato janati. Always gatyartha dhatunam jnanarthakatvam. The words meaning gati always mean jnana, because we many times say, I have no entry into that subject, I have no proper understanding of that subject. To say that, we say I have no entry into that subject, I don't go to that subject. So Sri Gatyartha Dhatunam Dhyanarthakatvam. And so he says Puram Deham Sarati, one who goes from one body to the other, and also it means one who understands the body. That Sharira Darshana, that jiva moves from one body to the other. The other etymological meaning for Purusha is very interesting. Puru Purnam Brahma Tat Sarati Avagachati Brahmadhyani Tam. The one who has some capability to understand Brahma. Understanding Brahma is according to the ability of each one, not fully. Chaturmukha Brahmadevaru has much better understanding than many of us. Lakshmi Devi has much better understanding of many of us. But still she has not fully understood what Paramatma is. That's why the Sumadhva Vijaya says that even if she counts all the gunas of Paramatma continuously, she would not be able to complete it. Ganayed Ganayantyanaratam Paraman Kosya Paro Gunan Vadet. Even if she keeps on counting the attributes of Paramatma, she would not be able to complete. That is in Madhva Vijaya. And therefore, understanding Brahma does not mean fully understanding. Understanding according to the capabilities. Then Chaturmukha Brahma, then Vayudevaru, then Rudra, Sesha, Garuda, in Indradevaru, all these according to their Taratamya understand him as much as possible. But still each one understanding fully as per his capability means that they have understood Brahma. So Brahmajnani. So Purusham is the one who knows the philosophy of life, that Jiva moves from one body to the other, and also one who has understood Brahma as per his full capability. Then Samadukha Sukham, such a person having the attribute of Samadukha Sukha. Dukkha Samam Sukham. So Samadukha Sukham means that he understands the dukkha as dukkha is not palatable. Anupadeyatvena dharmena dukkhena samam sukham yasya saha. The one who does not care for sukha, just as he detests dukkha. Anupadeyatvena dharmena dukkhena samam sukham yasya saha tathatham. He would be having the sukha also considered as unpalatable, unacceptable, unlikable, like dukkha. Samadukha sukham. And so Rayaru gives the meaning, Vaishaikam sukham api amrtatva virodhitvat anupadeyam. Vaishaika sukha. Sukha obtained by worldly objects of happiness. Why should we not care for them? No, they also should not be cared, because they are not conducive for getting amritatva. For getting moksha, Vaishaika sukha is an obstacle. Therefore, ultimately we will have to be away from sattva guna also. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, they are, all the three are of the three gunas. Sattva guna is better, but it gives us the correct sukha from Vishayas. But Indriya Vaishayika sukha, but that also is an obstacle. Therefore, we will have to become gunatita if we become eligible for moksha. So sukham amritatva virodhitvat anupadeyam yasya saha samadukha sukha. Dukkha sama sukham iti yavat. And then he should also be dhira. He should be a person who is dhira. Dhiyamrataha. Vadaraja Swamigalu gives the meaning of dhira in Upanishad commentary as dhiyamrataha, the one who has engaged himself in the process of learning knowledge, getting knowledge. So what is dhiyamrataha? What kind of buddhi? Buddhir manisha dhishanadhi prajnase mushimatihi, the one who has a good knowledge. He is always engaged in acquiring knowledge. What kind of knowledge? Rayaru makes it very clear. That is why Rayaru commentary, Gitartha Sangraha, is so charming, so beautiful, so attractive, so satisfying, so pleasing, that it gives the inner meanings very clearly for our benefit. So what is the kind of dhiratva there? Tat karyayoho utsheka vishadayoho stambhaka prayatnavantam. He has to be courageous, he has to be valiant. For doing what? For controlling the excitement which comes out of the sukha and the depression which comes out of the dukkha. So he should be having the ability to avoid the detest, the excitements, and also the moods of depression when something wrong or something miserable happens. So one who controls the sukha vikara and dukkha vikara, and therefore he is samadukha sukha. The samadukha sukha, dhiram iti sukhadukkhatve samadukha sukhatve hetuhu. The one who, Rayaro says, the one who has samas dukkha sukha, he is like that because he is dhira. Dhira is the causal factor for making you be equanimous between dukkha and sukha. So, tacha abhimana tyage hetuhu. Then samadukha sukha, if you are there, then you are able to give up abhimana, that it is mine. Only when you consider an object, a thing as abhimana. Rayaru has given 3 meanings of abhimana. Abhimana is in Vishesha Shobhanadhyasa Nimitta Sneha Rupena, considering the things as very palatable, very sweet, very nice, though they are not sweet like that. That is one kind of abhimana. And sometimes you consider someone as your enemy. No, he is not really truly enemy. He is sometimes very uncomfortable to you. So aritvadi brahmahetuka dvesha rupena, athva or dehendriya antahkaraneshu mamata atishe hetuka aviveka rupena, or out of your immaturity, out of your lack of ability to separate the right from the wrong, good from the evil, aviveka. Viveka means one who is able to sift the right from the wrong, the good from the bad, evil from the good, like that. So if he does not have that ability, he has got aviveka, aviveki. We call someone as aviveki when he does something wrong, though it is people know that it is wrong, he does not know that it is wrong. He considers the right as wrong and the wrong as the right, aviveka. That is because of his excessive obsession about his own body, his own sense organs as our own person, like that.